For the past 24 years, the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, has waged a brutal persecution campaign against Falun Gong. Falun Gong, or Falun Dafa, is a spiritual practice centered around truthfulness, compassion, forbearance, and meditation exercises. Unfortunately, followers of this practice have become the primary targets of forced organ harvesting, fueling China's booming organ transplantation industry. The issue of forced organ harvesting has been gaining momentum within the United States. Texas recently took action in June by enacting a law prohibiting health insurance companies from funding organ transplant surgeries related to China. Furthermore, in March, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill to punish individuals involved in forced organ harvesting. If approved by the Senate, these perpetrators will face consequences such as blocked access to property, visa restrictions, passport revocations, fines, and even criminal penalties. In a recent development, Representative Scott Perry, a Republican, introduced the Falun Gong Protection Act, H.R. 4132. The proposed bill seeks to impose sanctions on individuals implicated in these crimes, prohibiting them from entering the United States. Additionally, the bill proposes a policy that discourages Washington from engaging in cooperation with Beijing in the field of organ transplantation. The objective is to compel the Chinese regime to halt its persecution and collaborate with international allies and organizations to expose the mistreatment of Falun Gong practitioners and hold Beijing accountable. Perry said the CCP has used the tactics of other dictatorial and totalitarian regimes in the past to demonize and dehumanize their political opponents. He emphasized the gravity of the situation, stating that people are losing their lives and they are being tortured based on their faith, which is unacceptable. He stressed, people need to be aware it's happening. He said, it's the 21st century. They can't just turn their heads away and continue to act like the relationship that they have with the members of the Communist Party of China, or with China directly, is appropriate while they are doing these things. He added, everybody needs to be on notice, not only communist officials in China, but also those who would be operating in the United States of America, and American companies that would be seeking to participate and profit from these ill-gotten gains. He identified the Chinese government's training of surgeons in organ transplantation and providing them with drugs or medical expertise as part of the overall crime. According to Perry, the relationship with China should not be viewed as a mere business arrangement across diplomatic, administrative, economic, or entertainment fronts. He emphasized, we can't continue to just act like they're not occurring, and we can't continue to comport ourselves in the same fashion, because it would be tacit approval of these occurrences, and that simply cannot be. In a show of solidarity, Republican members of Congress Neil Dunn and Michelle Steele wrote a letter to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on June 27th, urging the State Department to take immediate action to restrict the involvement of industry participants connected to the CCP's forced organ harvesting industry. Dunn said, the first-hand accounts I've seen from victims and survivors of the CCP's inhumane actions are nothing short of horrific. Any Chinese healthcare professionals participating in organ harvesting are committing crimes against humanity. Furthermore, the American Association of Physicians and Surgeons has released a statement condemning forced organ harvesting and urging U.S. officials and medical practitioners to take a firm stance against this cruel practice. Perry sees his proposed bill as an opportunity to raise awareness about live organ harvesting. He aims to bring the bill before the U.S. House of Representatives, following bipartisan support in the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He said, it has been going on too long, and it has not captivated the attention of the free world as it should have. But we need to continue to just work every single day to bring this to the consciousness of free people and of all the people in the world that this is occurring in the 21st century. You wouldn't allow this in your family. You wouldn't allow this among your friends or in your business dealings. It can't be allowed on the broader scale just because it's another country. That cannot be allowed. The first step is acknowledging that it's occurring, and so that's where we're headed, he said. It'd be great if it could get a hearing and a vote in the Senate, but if it doesn't, we're just going to keep coming back until it does. Because, like I said, the practice is unacceptable. It is abhorrent. It is barbarian. It is medieval. And it must cease immediately. And the United States has to take the lead, because we certainly can't count on the Communist Party of China to do that.